Yeah, LK's really jumping around here right now. Hard to say where it's going to go.
LADR, Ladder Capital, shares dropping to the lowest $4.16. Ladder Capital said to tap Moelis for strategic advice. That's LADR, Lima Alpha Delta Romeo.
Looks like SPY might leak here a bit.
It's trying to hold the VWAP.
So are we on YouTube live yet, Peter?
Yes, we are. I was just trying to confirm that, but we are live out there. Found the feed.
OXFD,
Hello,
Oxford,
everybody.
Immunotech Global, shares spiking
Hello, everyone
on
out there.
$9.93. OXFD.
Yeah, for those that are joining us, I'm Peter, as always, and right up above me here today, you'd be looking at Mike. So, you can wave to the camera there, Mike. Say hi. There you go. Brian was on with me yesterday. Brian's still on the microphone. He's out there.
Yep. Good afternoon, everyone.
I had to do this because I couldn't let Brian back on the camera. If you remember, we've had our battle of the hats, and I needed to make sure I finished on top, so couldn't let him back on the camera in case he had another hat waiting.
You wanted one extra day of the crown.
Yeah.
No, he's never getting back on the camera ever again because he might have a better hat. So when I
don't know. No? I don't know, Peter. I mean, I don't know if that's even possible.
I've got another one.
St. Patrick's Day hat was good.
I've got another one that I can pull out if I need to. But when I lived in Australia, they had a big thing with on Australia Day, they had their fascinators. So that's an old English thing, right? That I guess they really only do it in Australia and Hong Kong now, I guess, for like big horse races. Like women have these big, elaborate, very elaborate hats.
Yeah.
The fascinators.
Yeah.
And some of them are quite creative.
Yeah, the Kentucky Derby type hats. Yeah.
Yeah. So
we're just hope everybody's kind of. I think we're looking for a little levity here. I think we can all use a little levity in our lives right now. So we're serious traders, but we're also
President Trump issues orders on the Defense Production Act directing administration
to life right now. So.
You felt the need to clarify. We actually are serious traders, just to be clear. We do.
Yeah, we are looking for trades while we're wearing our funny hats and reading the Magic 8-Ball.
Yeah, so. Exactly. I was going to say, Then I have to add in the fact that this afternoon I had a request from one of our members to give a prediction on American Airlines with the Magic 8-Ball, and my Magic 8-Ball said that it will not break $10, and so far. You can see on the screen, actually, I've put up my chart that I put in the $10 line, and you can see it's been bouncing off it. And the time in sales is pretty impressive. I rarely see, again, over 1 million shares parked on the bid. So it's a pretty big wall, and it may not get through that, even though there's 56 million shares traded today. Just an amazing volume on AAL, but we'll see.
CCL too. CCL has 241 million shares traded today.
Yeah, I was saying that, Mike, earlier. Yep. There's a few. I mean, look at Luckin. Luckin is actually, its volume is dropping. It's now only at 2,800% of average daily volume, but before it was like at 4,600% or 4,400. I think was what I saw it at the peak. But just because that early day volume was so high, but 250 million shares on Luckin Coffee, like
wow. Yeah, wow. I know. Isn't that crazy?
It's crazy.
Crazy.
It is.
So all the Chinese stocks I think are a little bit taking a bit of a hit because of Luckin. There's some JD is down today. I see Boeing's down about 7%. All the airlines are trading down a bit. Zoom is trading down significantly today too. Actually, if you look at the daily, put in a very nice double top. Stalled right out at 160. Back on March 21st, it went up to 160, did a pullback, and then on that second run on the 30th, went up. It opened at 160 and it never looked back. Started to drop. So it's kind of
Just
funny. I really actually thought that Zoom was going to continue higher just because it has been the antivirus play.
well, and today's the first day that I've seen Zoom actually head sort of in the same direction as the market. I keep joking it's the
Yep.
anti-market play because every time the market goes one way, it'll go the other. But today it's actually been
Yeah.
more in sync with the markets
Yeah.
than it ever has.
For sure.
I'm just about to get stopped out of the rest of my WBA trade. Yeah, and I'm out. So, as I said, I got stopped on my first one. I got back in, made that money back, and just a little bit more. Not a big trade, but at least I got something out of it. I'm a little disappointed. You can see it sort of put in WBA. Let me throw it on the screen here. Put in a little bit of a double top. Wasn't with very wiki top here too, and wasn't able to get through this 200 level I've got on the 1 minute chart, and just came back down. So watch it now go up to the VWAP, but I'm out of it. WBA,
Yeah.
I'm done with you today.
Yeah, it looks like the markets are rolling over. AMD, MU,
And
airlines.
took a bit of a short on AMD while Peter was talking.
Yeah, me too, Mustafa. I'm glad I got my money back. So that was good.
Going to cover that, some of it here, 71. Bit of a scalp.
What did you do? AMD?
Yeah, shorted it.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. I see that.
Kind of late on that trade. I should have taken it back up when it was around 44. But just watching the SPY kind of roll over here. So I think we're going to head lower.
Yeah.
AMD right at close to the close here, or previous day close. So I get a partial on it. I'll just see if it, as long as it doesn't get over 43.90, I'll stick with it. What's it look like on the level 2? Okay, I'm back where I put my entry.
Bull flag, you're saying RCL is dropping? I'll take a quick peek at RCL. Oh, yeah. Sorry, it took a second for my chart to update. Well, look at that, eh? Since about 310,
Yep.
it's just been heading down here. The other, well, CCL's not dropping so much. Somebody was asking about a short earlier on it. I said I wasn't quite so sure. It's right at that 790 level. CCL, I have a daily level you can see on my chart at 790, which I was worried about it getting through, and there also was some a big order on the bid, but it looks like it's pushed through that. Now there's more.
Stopped out. Yeah, I'm just saying I stopped out at AMD.
Yeah, okay. Oh, I see. Yeah, AMD popped back up here to 43.
That was basically a flat trade.
Whoops, CCL we were talking about. Yeah, I don't know how much farther CCL is going to go today. I mean, it could very well break down 780 and go lower. If I look at the level 2, there's some volume sitting there on the bid. In fact, let me Let me just bring one up here. If you look at CCL on the bid here, you can see the size sitting down here. So
Jennifer, yeah. Let's take a look at
what
Doc here.
happens. Jennifer, funny anecdote just on DocuSign. I don't know, you always wonder how these apps work, because I was looking up DocuSign over the last 2 days because it's been in the news. I have no idea if it's coincidence, but on my phone, suddenly I'm getting all sorts of in little my phone apps, I'm getting DocuSign ads. And it's, I'm like, what the heck? Are they monitoring my trading activity now?
Somebody, somebody's watching you.
I know.
Does that's, yeah.
They're watching all of us
They're watching.
all the
watching.
time.
Always watching.
All right, so we're coming back up here. Hang on.
CCL looked like
Drop
it was
below and
making a
then pop
run.
back up.
Oh my goodness! Look at America. Look at American Airlines. Look at these ugly, ugly candles now that it's making here.
All right, Doc,
The
you.
computers.
Yeah. Guys, this
So
is
Docu's right back.
Oh, go ahead, Brian.
I was going to say Docu's back at the 20 moving average. It's pulled back here. And there's another moving average around 80 and a half. Yeah, it's really man. It's got some pretty big candles. Why did you? Why is there a reason it's down so much today?
DocuSign. Let's take a peek. I don't know. I haven't seen any news on it. Let me just do a quick check right now. No, I don't see any
Nothing on
real current.
Benzinga.
Yeah, no current news articles on it really. That.
Interesting.
A Zoom sympathy? That could be, Jennifer.
Yeah, I guess. No, it could be someone else. I was reading. Somebody else was buying that. That was who does that all-star charts?
Yes, I got an email from it as well, Brian. It was one of the feed services.
Yeah, there's a guy. I get his emails. He's on. What's his? Gosh, I can see his face. We went to a presentation that was done by him for the. When we were in San Diego, he did a presentation.
Is it the all-star
Interesting
charts guy you're thinking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got an email. There was an email. Oh, JC. His name's JC.
Right, JC Perrette.
Thank you. Yeah. He sent out an email on the 31st. He said they were buying this stock aggressively. And he's not usually a guy who comes out and says they're buying things. He's usually a guy that just kind of presents charts and says, "What do you think?" So kind of saw that one as a little bit of a deviation from what he normally does.
Yeah, I remember seeing that actually, because I got that email too, and I was surprised because he doesn't normally call a stock like you said.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it might not be a bad entry here on Docu. Certainly pulling back today, for sure.
SPY's moving back up, bringing AMD and MU with it.
Yeah.
That has been my whole day today. It's been a frustrating setups appearing, and then because I trade I don't like getting into a trade if with my setup if it presents a new 5-minute low or high depending on the direction I'm going. And all day today, right before the entry, it'll make a new 5-minute high, break up the pattern, and then it goes on a run. Hey, MU did it down there at that bottom, I think right around 1455 today. Now I'm just looking at it going.
Yeah, well, that's what happened with that AMD trade. I thought for sure we were going to get, with the way it broke down through the View app, I thought for sure we were going to get a continued flush, and of course that didn't happen. But that's a bit of that's often a sucker setup. That was a great trade. I should have, if I'd have gotten a better entry on it, it would have worked out. It would have been wouldn't have. Well, I didn't really lose anything on it anyway, but I really was late to that trade.
Yeah. And then
anyway.
all last week, I got rid of that rule of trading with that new 5-minute high and took a beating. So re-put that one back in this week.
Sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, I'm just looking at IB. I don't have any shares for short on LK. Apparently, it's extremely. There is no shares for short anymore. It's interesting.
I can't say I'm surprised. I was surprised there were shares for short as long as there was. Let's see here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not shortable.
Yes. Yes, T-Bone. It's a 5-minute. If it makes a new 5-minute low and I'm looking to go long when the moving averages are crossing, then it breaks the pattern for me so I don't get into the entry.
Brian, there's a question from Sammer in the room that I thought maybe you could take.
What's that? Let's see.
345.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I mean, it looks like LK wants to take a bit of a run again here. So yeah, it's really, I don't know. This is a weird situation. I feel like it's a 50-50 chance whether it's going to open up tomorrow or we're going to see some more selling. Yeah, and DocU does look kind of interesting on this pullback. Might be worth picking up some if you've already got some in your account.
Sam, I think Brian just didn't see it. We got onto the wrong thing.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, was this? It's sort of. I guess it's.
The question was, Sam was asking, when he trades Apple or another equity, he's assuming he's trading the real thing. Some of them get dividends. What about futures contracts or options? Are they real things that the economy needs, or just derivatives for people to trade against?
Oh, they're just derivatives. I mean, options are literally just contracts. They're contracts between two parties. You're not actually trading the equity. When you buy a share of Apple, you are essentially buying the company, part of the company. Albeit you're buying a couple of pencils on someone's desk or something like that, but you actually are buying part of the company. When you're buying an option, you're buying an option. There's somebody out in the trading world that is selling that option to you. So you're not physically buying a share in a company or part of a company. You're just entering into an agreement with a counterparty. So and they're just, the options have a number of uses, and options are sometimes used by people by hedge funds as they're used for insurance. So if for example, a hedge fund has a large position in Apple, let's just say they've got 100,000 shares in Apple and they just want to, they want to lock in a price that if it drops below a certain price, they want to lock in that sale, so they can use options as almost insurance to guarantee they're going to have um, a seller at a certain price. So options do have that role. And then, and on the other side of the coin, their options are, basically trading vehicles for people, people making bets like we talked about this morning. There was, Spy just popped up there. There was somebody in the room that mentioned that somebody had bought October, I think they were October calls, 2250 calls. So basically what that is, they were buying the right to sell. No, they were buying the right to buy these CCL shares at 2250. Now today, if you went, they're obviously kind of worthless today, because if you wanted to buy a bunch of shares, you just go and buy them for $8. But they were essentially betting that in October, these shares are going to be worth more than $22 plus the price of the option, which I think was about 30 cents or something like that at the time. So that option only has value in October when it's at when CCL's at 2230. So, you can, I don't know, you can almost see that being a bit of a Hail Mary at this point. Let's Peter, you could do a poll in the room and see how many people are interested in going on a cruise.
You think that'll give us an indication of cruise volume? There was an article. Somebody had posted an article yesterday that said, despite everything that's happening, cruises are booking out for 2021.
Is that right? Eh?
Well, I don't know. I won't make any statement to the veracity of that article. I don't know how accurate it is, but the article claimed that because nobody can book this year, they're all pushing their bookings, and things are actually booking out in 2021, which I find confusing. But all right.
Yeah. That is amazing.
I could see that. You also could get people that are thinking, because people probably don't want to go on a ship, that they'll be discounted.
Right, now's the time to buy because it'll be cheap, right? So I don't know. Like it's that's good news long term, I suppose, for the cruise lines. I mean, they will get past this, but it's going to be tough in the short term. Yeah. But I mean, I still think of those 6,000 people that have been trapped on cruise ships for over a month now offshore. That their 1 week cruise turned into, what did you equate it to like a trip on the USS Minnow or the SS Minnow?
Yeah, it was like that. Yeah, like they're probably in their cabins humming the.
Yeah, well, as long
going crazy.
As long as the Gilligan's not the one bringing their food every day, they hopefully are feeling okay.
Personally, I'd vouch for. I'd want Marianne bringing me my food, but that's just me.
Not Ginger. You go with the down home country girl Marianne. Eh? All right.
Yeah, I kind of like Marianne. Yeah.
All right. That's okay.
Some of the ladies in the room might want the professor. Who knows?
Or some of the guys. We're not judging.
Oh yeah. Well, there you go. Let's not be. We're an open community. Yeah. We are accepting of everyone. Professor over Gilligan for sure.
If Gilligan brings you your food, you're probably getting an empty tray because he's going to be dropping it before he gets there every time. Yeah. All right, maybe back to trading. On YouTube. On YouTube, Brian Cattenbat was sending us some messages saying that it's Karen from the email started paper trading today. Did a poor job of guessing where Delta was going, but has in the black for the day, catching CCL now for a trade. So looks like somebody who you spoken to via email.
Yeah. Yeah, Karen, thanks for sending me an email last night. Sorry, I was probably a little late when I responded, but yeah, good. Look, you got to find you've got to find your you got to find your edge, and whatever that looks like for you. I mean, if it's if you like trading double bottoms, maybe that's your edge. if Mike has his specific patterns that he looks for. If you're a new trader, you want to try to limit your strategies. What does that mean? It probably means you're not going to trade, often. But when you find a strategy that works for you and you can see the setup happening, you're probably going to be more successful and build some experience and confidence off that. So
I would add one thing to that is like and good are two different things. I would love to trade the 5-minute opening range breakout like Andrew does and be done in the first 30 seconds of the market, but I'm no good at it. So I don't even try to trade it. I trade better. I'm good at trading in the afternoon compared to the open. So trade what you're good at, not necessarily what you'd like to trade.
Actually, that's a very important piece of advice, Mike, because I tried for years to trade what I wanted, which was, that open, because it's exciting, right? You got all the action and you got the price, and then you watch people like Andrew that are just so good at it, and I have the same problem. I can't do it. So I now wait usually a couple minutes, or if I do trade, I'm not trading the same patterns he is. I'm looking for something totally different, and I've learned I need to do that to be able to trade, and which is why I'm here all day, because my patterns are different. So.
Yeah.
But,
if I wouldn't have, here's that would have, could have, should have thing, right, Brian? If that 5-minute candle on MU at 14:45 didn't happen, I had a limit order at 40.24 to get in, and look at where it's at now.
Guys,
that's that would have, could have.
The volume on AEL continues here, but it looks like. AAL's right down at $10 again. It's a lot of it's been chewed through though. It's gone from 1 million shares, and I didn't see whether all of that was bought or was it were some of the orders pulled.
No, you're at what 2.7 now.
No, that's oh no 1. Yeah, okay, you're right actually. Okay, never mind. I keep getting the not adding enough zeros here. So that wall at 10 is huge. I mean, it just keeps hanging out. So all I can say is I'll do it now. Take a little bit of a risk here with confidence, but look at this. I got a chart here. Where did this chart come from? But
and it gets bigger and bigger every time that the bid hits that 10.
I posted in the room, as the 8 ball says, "Behold my power."
Did one of your kids do that, Peter? That's what I want to know.
No, I found it online.
Okay.
But
that's,
the 8 ball said AAL was not going to break 10. Apparently it was a safer bet than even I gave it credit for. With 15 seconds left in the market here, it does not look like it's going to break. Guys, all I can say is the 8 ball is still, hold on, wait a second, 3, 2, 1. There's the closing bell.
There you go.
The 8 ball has got a 100% accuracy rate in its predictions since I got it. I don't know what to do with that other than
and all those shares just went away.
Yeah. That's
crazy. Okay.
It's as good as the monkey.
You know what? Thank you, Michael. You said, what do I do with it? I drink heavily. 8 ball. Should I have a drink tonight? Better not tell you now. That's what the 8 ball says. It's better than Thor.
That could be a morning ahead for you.
I'm not sure what you mean by 10. What if with that on 10 on CC with that at 10 on CCL 10? 10 is what?
Oh, the $10 price, I think.
10 on the bid. Oh,
Yeah.
if it's on, there's 10 on the bid now. I see 8 on the bid or on the ask, and 7.99 on the bid.
Are you looking at AAL?
Are you looking? Oh, maybe yeah. You said CCL. I thought, or maybe AAL.
No,
Oh, big bid on 10. Geez,
On
I haven't
CCL?
got. Yeah, I haven't got that. I haven't got that much depth in my level 2. I'm looking at sort of a big bid at 865.
There,
I
Yeah,
can't see much of.
there's
There's a
some
big bid at 9.
Yeah, there's some at 9. There's some at 950. I don't see much at 10 really.
Yeah, I think there's an awful long. No, I don't think that's any kind of a sign that that it would be a good overnight hold. No. Something that a couple of things caught my eye into the close here. There was some pretty strong buying, some pretty decent buying on Microsoft. There was some pretty solid buying on Apple. Apple really kind of stormed into the close. AMD made a nice move into the close, although it didn't get up near the high of the day. But pretty solid close for what does a SPY look like?
yeah, SPY.
Yeah, SPY is right back. It's when I look at it on the daily, SPY is getting up close to this 20 moving average, which is where it basically came up to and then rejected, and that's when we got the pullback on Tuesday and then the significant drop on yesterday. But now we're right back up at that declining 20, pretty close to it. We're not there yet, but so again, I'd be looking at what is that level? It's about a 255 level is where we may see some concern. You meant AAL. Yeah, I kind of figured. Okay. AAL, let's just see here. Yeah, there is a monster bid at $10 on AAL. I mean, I kind of wouldn't read into that even for a swing trade and overnight hold. I mean, there's too many other things that are going on right now, and there does seem to be some pretty. I guess the only other thing you can say about that is, as Peter was noting and Michael were noting, is that 10 is a pretty solid. Is a pretty solid level for AAL, and I'd be more inclined to take a long trade over the evening based on that versus some liquidity at $10. And we are testing this 10 level is actually a level we tested back on the 19th of March, and again on the 23rd of March. The low was 10.01, both those dates 10.01. So I don't know. My concern would be that if this does lose that level, next stop is another moving average here. So yeah, I don't know. My opinion.
On earnings news tonight, guys, there's only two that I'm really looking at. Play, Dave & Buster's Entertainment, PLAY, and Chewy Inc., CHWY. Play comes out first any moment now.
It'll be interesting because Chewy is one that people are kind of touting here. So it's going to be interesting to see what they say about Chewy.
Let me just put them both on the screen here, and we'll see what they
WY?
do. CHWY, yeah. in play. So I would expect Dave and Buster's Entertainment to be pulling their guidance, and I don't know how they would have done in the last quarter. They might have done okay, but like every one of these, I mean, they're obviously directly impacted. Nobody's going to play right now.
Yeah.
So Starbucks came up on the day, I guess, because of the. I guess they figured LK was going to be a big threat to their business in China, but apparently not that big after all.
Yeah, apparently not if they're cooking the books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. What can you say?
That schedule. Tesla says additionally,
Oh,
our
boy.
Shanghai factory continued
Man,
to achieve record
I've
levels
been
of
zinging
production
news
feeds
despite
that I haven't been
significant
listening to
setbacks.
this afternoon, guys, just
That's
because it
TSLA
interrupts. You can
Tesla
hear it
shares
now if you're on
popping here,
YouTube, but
$468.
it'll usually give us our first indication of the news before the written text comes out. But let's see what we get. Play was supposed to come out at 4:05, so I'm not seeing any price action on it, really. There was this one candle of drop, but it was really on no volume, so. Yeah.
Triple M looks like,
Have a good one, Mustafa.
yeah. Triple M looks like. Thanks, Mustafa, for being in the room. Triple M looks kind of interesting. It's kind of been holding this 131, 132 level, and it tried to break through the 20 moving average here.
3M, it's funny, they've been remarkably silent. I mean, they are one of the largest manufacturers of medical equipment and supplies, right? But I mean, it's a small part of their business. They've got, much larger business lines. But I'm surprised they haven't. They've been pretty silent, I guess, on the whole thing. They've just been quietly, I assume, ramping up production.
I read something about how they were ramping up. They were going to be producing, what was it, 30 million masks in a month or something like that. It's funny. I years ago I had some. I got a wood shop, so I have some masks in there, and I went out and looked there yesterday, and I found about 6 and the much coveted N95 masks.
Oh, okay.
And
So,
me and my wife, we have two from when we were painting the house.
oh yeah, anybody who's done any work around the house probably has a mask kicking around there somewhere.
I got the mask with like the two ventilators on the side for particle, and it's probably absolutely useless against bacteria, but it was really meant for particulate of like spray paint and stuff, right? If you're doing that, so maybe it'll work. I don't know.
I think it depends on the cartridge you put in it, because you can get different cartridges depending on what size of particle you're trying to filter out.
Yeah, good point. I figure I should just go to the store and walk around in that just for the effect, because when else would I get a chance to do it? So. There you go. I'll bring the mask for the show tomorrow. That way I'll have something to wear.
So California now, California is actually advising to wear bandanas to cover your mouth and nose.
Yeah, well, that was President Trump was going on yesterday about a scarf. Just put a scarf. You can wear a scarf. Scarves are okay. So.
And you're much younger, huh? That's a compliment. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I had actually never thought about that. I guess if you wear a bandana over your face, that's probably not a. Yeah.
Well, you don't want to. Let's just say you don't want to walk into a bank like.
Well, I was going to say, like, I was thinking of everybody going into the stores with the bandanas over their face. You're just, you're trying to interpret what's going on here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So Chewy. I guess Chewy's come out. They've it popped and then dropped, and it's not really doing much of anything right now.
No, and the volume is not. There's no real volume. A couple thousand shares. That's about it. So their guidance. It's supposed to come out at 4:15. Just see, I'm not seeing anything on my news feeds here. Chewy. Okay, so Chewy came out. So they beat So they lost less money than expected by 2 cents. Expected loss of 17 cents. They only lost 15 cents on sales of 1.354 billion, which was over the 1.35 billion. So basically, they beat it by $4 million. Essentially, they hit
That's
their
not.
number. That's not
What
really.
what is the quarter? This is their quarter ending February.
It
The
just says
end of February, or
I
is it?
don't know. It just says Q4, so I assume their Q4 would have been to the end of December, and they're
End
just
of the
reporting
year?
now. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sure people are waiting to hear what, guidance, because
Right.
I think what they're hoping to hear is that their sales are going through the roof because of the people are just ordering stuff from home. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm thinking they're probably waiting for. So, but right now it's trading
yeah.
at almost right at the low of the previous day. So it's been kind of hanging around below yesterday's trading range.
Neil is watching Tesla on YouTube. He says it just popped, which it did. I see about a $40 pop on Tesla. I'm not sure what's driving that. But after hours,
Wow.
you never know with Tesla. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Tesla released
What?
their Q1 delivery and production figures. And it says that they made in Q1 total deliveries 88,400 with a production of 102,672. I don't know what the expected was, but apparently the market's like that.
Mm-hmm. All right,
That's because
guys.
they their
Well, I'm going to
I
watch
am
Play
going to.
and Chewy tomorrow because there's not much going on now. So not good plays at the moment.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it a day here. I've got things. I'm going out to the garden, I think, to dig in the dirt.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Seems to be the only thing one of the few things they can do safely.
All right. Well, you enjoy that. I am not a gardener, so I'll leave it to you.
Yeah, we're going to be growing all our own fruits and vegetables, apparently. Hunkering down for the apocalypse.
Okay.
The only problem is I'll have to set up a way to guard it to keep my neighbors from stealing stuff.
It'll be like
So,
pepper getting you'll be living off of cucumbers and
exactly.
cucumbers and tomatoes. That's usually the beginning gardeners. That's all they can grow, and they just grow like bushels of them. So,
Yeah.
all right. Well, you'll have a
All right, everyone. Well,
summer
have
salads
a great,
forever.
Have
You
a great
too,
night,
Brian.
everybody. Well, yeah, Mike, Peter, thanks, everybody, and we'll see you in the trading room tomorrow.
Indeed. Later, Brian.
See what
Yep.
see what gems the market brings us.
Mm-hmm.
There'll
All
be
right.
some good.
Yeah, I'm sure there will be. Never a dull moment. Thanks, guys.
Ever.
Later, Brian.
So I'm going to take off too, Peter.
Yeah, good. Hey, Mike, thanks for joining. Brian as well. Thank you. Thanks,
Absolutely.
everybody, both on YouTube and in the room. If you're on YouTube, we love having you here. If you're interested in joining us, we would love to have you. You can come as a trial. You can join as a lifetime member. Last night we had a fantastic seminar. Is the type of stuff we give to our lifetime members. I have to say it was really good. And that one we're posting into our channel. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's with Steve Goldstein, and he gave just a fantastic presentation on how to manage in these tumultuous markets. It was a great session. I really enjoyed it myself. So you can go find that. And we will, as always, open our room at 7:30. We go live on YouTube with the pre-market show with Carlos and Norm at 8:30, and then we live trade all day. And if you can only join us in the afternoon, then we'll see you back here at 3:30 when we will go live again. So take care, everyone. Thanks again, Mike, and talk to everybody tomorrow.
Take care. Thanks, everybody.